Fire.
Two Dads, One Dut. Episode 62, Girthy Football Edition. More NFL.
Football.
More 2D, 1D coming at you.
Back.
It is back.
Huge.
Before we dive into it, though,
Yes.
who's this pod sponsored by?
Today's pod, Girthy Football, is brought to you by First Shield Defense. First Shield Defense, you can only train at the range for so long before it gets too expensive, too dangerous, or you run out of things you can safely train. First Shield Defense helps you with this problem. Seeing how fast and accurate you are at the range should not be your only focus. Your self-defense training should include things like psychology of violence, what a killer looks for in their victims, legalities, decision-making, combatives, and so much more. First Shield Defense will help you with all of it. Text or call 260-267-5200 today to schedule your free consultation. Also, www.firstshieldefense.com.
Boom. That's right. And as always, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google, Amazon. Viewing pleasures. We're getting more and more. Thanks to you guys.
Thank you.
Keep liking, subscribing.
Smash that like, hit the subscribe,
Muy-
dropping the beat.
Let's do it.
Muy bien.
Little finger happy there.
Yeah, somebody's a little gun shy.
Wait. No, it's the opposite.
Gun
Trigger happy.
trigger happy.
There it is.
Happy.
Gun.
There we are.
Yeah.
It's football
We are
time.
back.
Yeah, football.
Football.
Still back, still huge. I guess we'll just dive right into it. So the TNT, the toilet news and takeaways. Although we are doing strictly like NFL when we talk about all this stuff, I did want to start with one thing because it's been a notable topic of conversation on this pod if you've been listening for a long time. If not, Sker Dad is a huge Notre Dame fan. I am a diehard anti-Notre Dame fan. So Dutt and I had the honor of going to one of our favorite local watering holes, Arena Bar and Grill. Shout them out.
Shout it out.
The establishment.
Watching the Notre Dame Cal game, and
Riveting.
It was one of those where Cal driving to go up 17-14, you could get Cal plus 4.5. And for those degenerate bettors out there, that means not only is this team that I'm about to place a wager on going to be just outright winning, but I'm also getting a cushion of 4.5 points put on top of that. When I tell you that there had to have been some universe thing out there, whether it's just talking too much shit to you and I think other people that are big ND people,
Sucker.
their kid or their quarterback at Cal, Jack Plummer, which we don't know if he's any relation to Jake Plummer.
I think it's a nephew.
That sounds like it.
He
He ain't got the dog in him.
Yeah, because confirmed the moment I took that bet, I don't think he completed a single pass.
No.
Yeah, I was at a golf outing.
Yeah.
So I was kind of game casting because my uncle, who's a huge Notre Dame fan, recorded it. So didn't want to know anything.
Yep.
I saw the final stats. He was like 18 for 37 for like $160. Like, how does that happen?
I can tell you, he literally went 18 for 18, and then the moment I bet on him, he forgot how to play quarterback. It 100%. Was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The only time they could ever move the ball offensively was just a QB scramble for his life, and he'd get like 10 to 20 yards.
Or a penalty.
Yeah, like it was astonishing to watch because you're like, again, you're about to go up plus the points. I feel like I'm in just like I've already won.
Yeah.
And Cal was like, no, hold my beer.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's just classic Jack, gonna be a Plummer quarterback.
Yeah. And then I put here, B-Dubs was still calling in the favors to keep the games going alive and sweaty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were just, it's still like when it's.
Purdue-Syracuse game, that was a good one.
Hail Mary at the end.
Yeah.
That and the IU one, which, I mean, I love that we're doing kind of college here too, dabbling, but like just to have homer teams both like in incredible ending games like that was really cool. We also
App State game day, Hail Mary 2 win the game.
Yeah.
Woof.
Dude, because we bet on it.
Yeah.
And we had a money line and they were just down and we were just like, fuck. Well, we took the points. We laid the points.
But then all of a sudden that was like, yeah, they won. Like I just checked my phone.
It was 32-28 and I was like, oh, they're not going to win. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute.
This says App State has more points.
App State won. And I was looking at it. There was like 7 seconds left in the game. So I clicked it off my phone. And then all of a sudden I just like looked at the score again. And I was like, wait, that's a green circle next to that bet there, my guy.
Yeah.
It's always better in green.
But we decided the unwritten rule for football now, if it's college and you're a kicker, if it's 40 plus yards, you might as well just miss it. Like it's the odds go extremely down. And then with the NFL, it's like when it's 50 plus, that's their threshold.
Yeah.
But kickers are still just on the hot seat. It was just
kickers definitely on the hot seat.
Still rough. I said the NFL season or the NFL for some reason will find any excuse necessary not to call safety. And I said, I don't know if the only thing I can think of is that they have
rules.
No, they have literal
rules.
ties with Vegas because trying to factor in 2 points plus getting the ball back, I feel like it just completely fucks their algorithm. Like they have no idea what to do because they showed the one with Pittsburgh and New England. The guy catches it, is in the end zone, drops it, and it like doinks around, goes back into the end zone, and then they go to tackle him, and it falls out of the back of the end zone. No safety.
Incomplete pass.
No, they marked it at like the 3. This was a punt or a kick. Like it was in the field of play. The guy picked it up, muffed it around a little bit, ended up in the end zone, got tackled in the end zone, ball went out of the back of the end zone. No safety.
I have to look this up.
Yeah, I'd have
to.
to look it up.
But again,
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, and I was just
There's
like,
a safety in the Lions game.
was there?
Ball went out of the back of the end zone.
As it should. 2 points. Thank you. Hallelujah. Yep. Clap together. Make that
Love to see it.
OHIO. Yep. Make the I YMCA.
That's not how they do it.
Yeah. But then I put here Mike Evans and Leonard Fournette, true bros. Like when dudes just back up their guy for no reason, even when they're the shit person, like I love it.
Yeah.
So
Did you see her like when he walked up to the ref? And he was like, "It's Tom Brady. What the fuck you want me to do?" And you're just like, "He gets it, dude."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'll take the 1-game suspension."
Yeah.
so
here.
so last week
It's
I
the
was
GOAT.
at soccer tournament, and so this week I got to watch football, and Tierney, bless her heart, my wife, she was like, "I want to watch the Lions game." Okay. But like I do the DirecTV thing where I have like the 8 TVs on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the 8
Big
boxes
screens.
on.
Yeah.
Drives her crazy. And
That's sports, baby.
Yeah.
and honestly, I've talked to some people like they hate it too, where it's like you don't know what you're focusing on.
Yeah.
I get it. There's smaller boxes. And you get some games more than the other. I wasn't even paying attention to the Bucks game really. I just
Because it was
didn't care
3-3 for the
for
entire
a long
game.
time.
Yeah.
And then I saw the highlights this morning. I'm like, oh shit, there was a melee.
Yeah. It's great. And that's why I put here, like in parentheses, Brady versus like Russell Wilson, because I feel like he's getting a lot of attention now because when he went home and played in Seattle,
He sucked.
nobody shook his hand. Like nobody tried to find him. There was no like moment.
Him and DK
Did they?
exchanged jerseys.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They
one of
all do
those where
that.
it's like, you're just a weird guy. And it's like not a weird, but like your team will still back you up. It's just like you're weird and nobody really wants to like take a stand for you. And I feel like that's just got to be like, what are you doing, man? Like you're the QB. Like everybody should want to die for you.
Yeah.
So like something clearly is just off with Russ,
Yeah.
respectfully. I do have here Carson Wentz, ... top 5 quarterback.
It's time.
Let's go.
Anoint him, crown him king.
Give the man his props, baby.
Yeah. We'll get into I have more on it with the Carson Wentz weekly update. But yeah, I jokingly put top 5 quarterback ? But stands to be seen still. And then I said the Colts just need to listen to me and put about how we talked about it in the past episodes and seasons of just suck. Like clearly stitching together a team with a quarterback that's just this bridge guy is atrocious.
Well, they might be doing that.
That's what they're doing.
I don't. Well, you made it sound like they're contradicting that, like they're trying not to suck.
Because I think everybody had them on paper to be kind of like the sneaky good team of the AFC South.
I mean,
You know how I
the
knew
way
they were
that
gonna
game,
suck?
the way the game just went.
Yeah.
I mean, still,
Yeah, I mean, it's
they're in second place.
touche. What's up?
Because I have Jonathan Taylor on my fantasy team.
Yeah, he's
You-
not
The
good.
Colts should have known they're going to finish fucking last in the AFC South.
Thanks, guys.
I get a first overall pick
Straight
down the tubes.
straight into the gutter.
tubes.
But yeah, that's toilet news. That's TNT and takeaways.
Good takeaways.
TNTs.
Thank you. You're welcome. What would you like to do next?
Well, you know what? I'll give you some Raft questions.
Perfect.
I love it.
Love it.
Rose's Raft.
Let's play the game, baby.
Again, for those of you that don't know, it's one of
Yeah.
your favorite movies. Go ahead and say it.
Titanic. What a soundtrack. What a fucking score.
That's pretty good.
It is good.
Yeah, dude.
James Cameron gets it, dude.
Again, so these are some either ors. There's no in
I don't know how to do it.
betweens. There's no maybe this. It's either you're letting them on the raft because you believe or you don't.
The door.
The door.
Yeah.
And this
The
could be
door
a
raft.
classic
Yes.
overreaction.
Hit me with it.
Does Tua get an extension?
Yes.
Is he officially the guy there?
100%.
I'll save it for later because I also have some meat on the bones, if you will. I'm going to go with still stands to be seen. Oh, we have to pick.
You have
Yeah.
to pick, dude. Yeah, that's
Hence the
thing.
raft.
Ah.
Am I letting you on?
I'm kicking Tua the fuck off.
Drowned in.
Yeah.
Ain't no room on this
Got to
door.
be this tall to ride this ride. And Tua,
Nah,
you're
dude.
5-0.
You start 0-7, and then you go 7-0, and then now you come back from 21 down or something like that. It's insane to come back. You threw 400 plus yards, 6 touchdowns.
I've got the stats. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
I got
man.
something for you later. But no, I just think it's one of those, and I hate to agree. The more I listen and watch, which it sounds terrible, but like Colin Cowherd in some aspects is becoming very Skip Bayless like adjacent to me, where you're clearly just saying things because you want to be polarizing.
You have to. You have to have the getcha quotes.
Yeah.
You need the thumbnail.
It's the
the
game.
clickbait.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
and he's just not
Lions playoff.
There.
and he's not
Hashtag. We got to hashtag it.
he's not sold on Tua. But I would
He
agree.
shouldn't be.
No, I agree in the same sense where it's like they just did a great job building. I mean, on paper, it's like what they did in Cleveland with Baker. Like you gave this guy arguably one of the best two-headed running back monsters in the backfield, and then you give him Jarvis and OBJ, Austin Hooper at one point when he was coming off his incredible seasons in Atlanta, like 1 or 2. And it's like at some point you should just end up either being the guy or not.
Yeah.
And so I think Tua's getting overshadowed, or he's getting buffed up because of all the talent around him.
Oh, I think it's
But
a
he's
big
putting
thing.
up the numbers. Baker didn't put up the numbers.
Correct.
So why are you comparing him to Baker?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Next question.
So he's not getting on the raft.
Get off
for
my
you.
raft, Tua.
Nah, he's on there.
No.
We're in Miami, baby. We're in the sea.
Yeah.
We need it. We need a captain to steer this door.
Yeah. Too bad he can't see over the wheel.
Don't need to.
As of right now,
Yes.
5 years, $230 fully guaranteed $1 million is the highest contracted quarterback in the NFL has received.
Deshaun Watson.
He's not playing football right now.
Correct.
However, does Lamar Jackson get the largest guaranteed contract ever?
He should.
That's not what I asked.
Okay.
He will not.
I mean,
He will get.
he just arguably showed everything he's got in the tank.
Yeah.
And, you know,
wasn't enough.
he's doing
He
the
doesn't
thing
play
where,
defense.
where he's his own agent. You know, Baltimore, they do things different there. I don't think it's without saying that he's Harbaugh's guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You would think this was probably already gotten done by now. Again, he got hurt last year. Huntley came in. I mean, I'm not going to say he was Lamar light,
Right.
but he did some of the same things.
Right.
Yeah.
They won some games without him.
Yeah.
Is he worth $250 million guaranteed?
Yes.
I don't think anybody. I think he is, but I don't think anybody's going to get that contract. I think Deshaun skewed it to where now there's going to be like maybe a cap on it. Like I think it went Matt Stafford, then Sam Bradford, like rookie contracts.
Oh, yeah.
To where like it was like 55, 70 million guaranteed.
Yep.
And then they're like, nah, now we got to cap that.
We can't do that.
We can't do
Yeah, the
all
rookie
that
wage
guaranteed.
scale, yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's one of those where,
Does he deserve it? 100%.
yeah, like you see what it's like to not have the guy to where you would never want to run the risk or roll the dice of like, yeah, let's just let Lamar walk. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you want to keep this guy on your team.
But the thing of it is, why does it always, and I get it, it's just the way that it is, but it's like it's next man up. Like the contracts just get bigger. So
Yeah.
if you happen to be the next guy to get paid, you're just like, well, this guy got this. Why couldn't the Ravens just be like, hey, man, you're really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you $200 million guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
Like it always has to be the next because the last guy got it.
Yeah.
Because I think
My contract's up. I'm really good. I want the most or what? You're going to franchise tag me?
Yeah.
it's the players league that's been created in the NFL and like the NBA now where they set their own market, they set their own price, and it's like for better or worse, people just have to succumb to it because again, what's out there if you don't?
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, there's the exceptions to the rule and the even going the complete opposite way with it, where I thought it was insane. I didn't know you could do it when Mahomes just got 10 years and $500 million.
Yeah. That's
Like, that's
nuts.
wild. But it's also like, what's going to be crazy is at some point there's going to be value there because they did it early.
That's already
Yeah.
there. That puppy's going to be restructured in like 2 years.
Yeah. The
We
crazy thing about
we
it
want
is like,
some
did anybody
mo.
watch Ballers on HBO
Not towards the
with
end.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Well, at the very end, they signed Patrick Mahomes to a $500 million contract for 10 years.
What?
Yeah.
But it's for the show.
Yeah.
No, he's a baller.
But,
He's a baller.
but it's how you're saying
100%.
it happened before that happened.
Yeah, like that show was over with like 3 years ago.
I don't. The universe, man, they know.
Weird.
Vegas knows. Okay.
I
Next
got one more question.
Yep.
It seems like it happens every year. They make a big deal about it. And usually there's 7 or 10 teams that are 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, Bengals, Raiders, Falcons, and Panthers 0-2.
Who's going to end up with the best record?
Will there be an 0-2 team in the playoffs?
I feel like if anybody's going to be it, it's going to be Cincy. But I kind of have a hot take in the sense of,
They're not good.
yeah, like I think it's just one of those you have to accept. Like, no, Cincy
Said it to start the
has,
year.
has a prolific offense, and it is good. The chemistry's there, the weapons are there. But what I think happened last year that now is really starting to come to light is their defense was the one that really had like the lightning in the bottle.
Yeah.
Like Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, clearly LSU, like that has carried over. They're doing incredible things. I don't see that chemistry going anywhere but up. And then now it's just going to funnel down into the other guys, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. Like people forget, they talk about all the time, like Joe Mixon's stats are actually really good, but nobody gives a fuck because it's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase's team.
Duh.
But then you look at the defense and you see all these guys like their linebacker, Wilson, Jesse Bates, shout out Fort Wayne, and then Hubbard, their end. Like those were big name guys that were all over the field in the Super Bowl and the playoff runs. But I'm like, hot take, I just don't think you're maybe an average defense at best, and you're going to get found out.
Yeah.
You are.
They won, I think there was 5 games last year that were like coin flip games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was like,
They won those games.
every one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's like the regression has to come back a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you're talking 2 games, that's a big deal.
Yeah. I don't like it's gross. It's icky.
Yeah.
Like
And it's
It's
I mean, they
icky.
were my lock. I thought Joey B bounce back was going to have it. I didn't think Cooper Rush was going to do what he did.
I say because
I
at
thought
that
their
point you already
defense
knew
was
Dak
gonna
was
try to-
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dak was out. I mean, -6.5 should have been the lock.
yeah. Well, cuz not to step on
Should've
the
Should have been the lock.
what we learned from the 4 p.m. games when they played, but I have it here. I would argue that was hot take, it will be the biggest trap game of the season. I think everybody saw Cincinnati at -6.5 with Cooper Rush starting at quarterback and Dallas just being finally people understanding like we've expected you to be good for the last half decade and you just suck.
Yeah.
And then they just won outright. And you're like, that makes sense.
Right. And it's like Joey B finally turned it on. They go down, they score the touchdown, they get the 2-point, they tie it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's prevent defense again. And dude's just like, Cooper Rush is like, if you're going to give me 15 yards, I'm going to take 15 yards every time.
Yeah. Like I know my role here. Like when Dak comes back, if he does this season, I'm instantly replaced. Why would I do anything that like puts a negative light
Sker.
in me or on me? Like, yeah, I'm going to play the game the right way. I have nothing to lose here.
I thought he missed the kick. I was watching on again one of the smaller boxes, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's poetic. They missed it, and then they started going nuts. I'm like, why are they cheering?
Yeah.
Oh, he made it.
Banged
Well,
it
I
through.
freaking
Yeah.
locked eyes with Newman. He's a huge boys fan. And I was like, you can't watch this kick.
Oh,
And
it was
we
the-
just locked eyes the entire time. You
Yep.
just hear everybody like, oh, he missed it. It's curving. and
So
we just see
good.
like our eyes. And you're just like,
Yeah. Dude, it was I forgot. What a fun day. Damn it. Okay.
That was
nice.
it. That was the raft.
Rose in the raft, Rose
was
in the
the
door.
raft.
R&D. Okay, so for me, what I have here, and we'll go through it kind of one by one. So we have what we learned from Thursday Night Football, 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. games. So for Thursday night, I talked about it a little bit earlier on our regular pod episode. It was just crazy I say that like betting with your friends, we talked about it this weekend a lot, where it's like, it's just more fun to all find something you like versus all sneakily playing like against each other, which I'm sure there still is some of that to a degree. But the main heavy hitter ones, it's like, let's find something, let's ride it, let's love it.
let's analyze it. 2 heads are better than 1. You know what I mean? Let's go through the games,
Yeah.
see which ones we like, and we'll just
Yes.
put them off to the side.
And then so shout out to Russ. It was his birthday. We were celebrating at Wings, etc. I think I told you guys the story already. And just live bet the next touchdown score, Mike Williams for the Chargers. And you would have thought the sky was the limit. Like I was going to retire the next day, hit for $450, and I'm like, this weekend is going to be insane. I think that was one of the only bets I won the entire weekend after that, and that was Thursday night.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works out, right?
Yeah, but what was awesome about that same game again was the Sony Michel live bet we did. That was the next touchdown scorer. And you don't realize when you're watching a football game, you just assume it's like, okay, somebody's going to score here. And then like one series goes by, punt. Another series goes by, field goal. Another series goes by, turnover. And you're like, well, granted, there's 3 points here. And, they've been giving the ball back and forth, but nobody scored. Like, this is still 100% live.
Yeah.
And I think that one went for, honestly, like a quarter and a half, ultimately just to be a Chiefs pick six.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, so that's how it happened.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dude, I had Sony Michel first touchdown scorer of the game.
Yeah.
25 to 1,
As soon
probably.
as fucking, I think it was 29 to 1.
Yeah, so something crazy.
So I got freaking, as soon as Mike Williams caught it, and
small
then
units,
touched him at the
small
one,
units.
I was like, let's
Go.
go. And then he was in the game, and I was like,
Oh, my God.
they left him in.
Yeah.
And then he just gets absolutely pelted at the 1 yard line, and then they do the rollout to the fullback, and I was like, ah.
Oh, so he actually got a chance, though?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he got his chance.
Man.
And that's-
That's
He got
all you
his
can ask for
chance.
at 30
Yeah.
to 1.
And that's the same thing. So to go back to the Mike Williams one, like their whole drive didn't touch him one time.
Yeah.
And we just kept obviously ignorantly going, that's because they're going to find him in the end zone. Like he's going to be the red zone target, and just makes that crazy catch where honestly 99,
And this is crazy.
but 99 out of 100 times his foot's in, his other foot's on top of his foot and never really touches the turf, or it's not,
You're out.
it's questionable. And I'm like, nope, we're good. Or like, we're screwed. We don't hit it. They just kicked the extra point like nothing happened. Nobody cared. I was like, well, this is huge
All
for
right.
us. Yeah, we won.
We'll take that.
But then I have here Justin Herbert.
Dog.
Played. I put here at the end when his shoulder and his arm was just completely shot and it's just hanging lifelessly there. All I could imagine was the Rookie of the Year where the random rock guitar plays when Stedman's arm goes out. There's a when he's trying to throw it, because like I just didn't understand why he was in there. Like he probably should have thrown 2 to 3 more picks, but the Chiefs guys just couldn't catch the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was so wild. That game should have been put away way sooner than it was.
Broken ribs.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them.
Dog.
Yeah, dog. Broken rib dog. But yeah, that's Thursday night. And again, the Chiefs, they're goated. I don't know why we doubt them. So what did we learn from the 1 p.m. games?
No lead safe.
Scoring points greatly increases your chances of winning football games.
Bingo.
Shout out Indianapolis Colts. Hopefully next week you could put some on the board.
Yeah. Here's a crazy thought.
Yes.
Best player in the league, offensively, arguably.
Yeah.
Give him more than 10 touches. So he had 9 rushes with like 1 catch.
Bold-
Number 1 overall pick.
Bold
There,
strategy,
number
Kyle.
one
Number
overall
one
pick
overall
in
pick.
fantasy.
Yeah. And then we got to talking about it a lot over at Ryan's house. Is Matt Ryan washed up, or is the Colts organization scheme / game plan just trash?
I'm starting to feel like it is their overall game plan, how they coach, how they go out,
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Because Carson Wentz.
Wentz watch, baby.
Yeah.
Put him in a different team.
It'll come up, but yeah,
He's been on a team where he was a unanimous MVP, got hurt, went to the Colts. Everybody said he sucked. Now he's on the Commanders, commanding that offense.
yeah, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like, it's just so weird. The Jets pulled off the perfect comeback against my Cleveland Brownies. So literally, they were winning 30-17 with 30 to go. Score, onside kick, score.
Love
Just-
it.
You can't make that stuff up. It's just like, come on, guys. Like, it's just figured out. And then
Wait till Zach Wilson gets back.
no, overrated. Maybe one of the most overrated players in football right now. Hot take. Is Detroit going to have a fun top 5 scoring offense this year?
I mean, before the Buffalo game, which just ended, 41 points.
41 to 7 or something like
We
that.
had the second most points scored in the league.
Yeah. Like, I think for some reason, I don't know what they did. If it's the Hard Knocks curse hasn't hit him yet. Amon-Ra St. Brown is that guy.
He's that guy.
And it's weird that why nobody gives him his flowers, I guess would be what you'd want to say
Because
there.
he's in Detroit, and he's not Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, but it's like
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
that too.
He's in Detroit. He's not Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
But they're good players.
They are. They're very good.
But if you just have like arguably the best player at that,
and we had 3
position, you
offensive
know what I
linemen
mean?
out.
And
And we have
oh,
one.
is that with the skip?
Yeah.
The other guy?
and then,
everybody.
yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And then the
Touch your
center,
heartstrings.
center and 2 guards, yeah. And again, it's Detroit, so nobody cares. But like, we have one of the better offensive lines in football.
Yeah.
Again, everything's overshadowed, because it is
Just
Detroit.
offensive Lions.
Keep laughing.
No, he made a joke.
That's why I'm saying that.
I'm allowed to laugh. But Tua, you brought him up. You talked about him a lot. He's sucking his wiener. He is the 21st quarterback now
I was not.
to throw for 6 touchdowns or more. So I figured that list would actually be a lot smaller, which I guess in hindsight, 21's probably, or 20 prior to is not a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, but one of those people are Matt Flynn. Goated, dude. Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
Goated,
I mean, again,
dude.
Seattle
Goated for getting
up
contracts.
until
Yeah.
this point, 15-8 as a starter.
Yes.
Yeah.
34 touchdowns, 7 picks. So, I mean, he's at literally a 2-to-1 clip
Yeah.
for touchdowns and interceptions. That's not great.
What?
2-to-1.
2-to-1's not great.
No.
I mean, nobody's going to be Aaron Rodgers and put up like 1,000 to their 50.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a lock. Like, yes, you're my guy. I'm ride or dying with you. For every 2 pick or touchdowns you throw, you're going to throw a pick.
I'm going to spin it back
I
on
don't
you
love it.
because you
Yeah,
guys
2-to-1, dude. What's his record?
15-8.
15-8.
winning record, and he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Because you guys
Okay.
think Carson Wentz had the goated season for Indy because he threw 27 touchdowns and 7 picks.
But there's a difference between being goated and thinking he's the worst player in the league. We never
I
said
never
that.
said Carson
For the
Wentz
last
was
year and a
goated.
Carson
half,
Wentz sucks.
this spot has not
Yeah.
said that.
A lot of game left.
We're like,
A lot of
there's
game left.
other quarterbacks out there that
Yeah,
are worse than
way
Carson
worse.
Wentz.
Okay, so then to bounce off of the Tua
Matt
thing.
Ryan being one of them.
Yeah. Hot take. Miami is going to be the bandwagon team everyone jumps on, ultimately to lose in the first round or wild card of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his nuts? I saw the interview today when I was getting my hair cut with Tyreek. He was talking about literally the bandwagon, and I'm
Yeah.
guessing he was talking about Tua, and it was like, you need to get the horses, you need to get everybody to
Bring
this,
'em
this is
all.
going to get too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyreek told you, man, he's playing with a Hall of Fame quarterback now. This ball's accurate. Most accurate ball he's caught.
It still stands to be seen to me, but okay. This is what we learned from the 4 p.m. games. I said, hot take, the Falcons will ruin a true contender season.
They won't ruin a contender season. They're gonna ruin a massive money line parlay from somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And it's just going to be one of those where I think everybody thought the Lions were going to be this team, myself included. The Lions are just going to straight up win games.
Thank you.
Atlanta is going
I'm not
to
bought in yet fully, just so you guys know. I'm not doing the jinx yet.
instantly takes back the cockiness. But no, I think Atlanta will be that team that goes 4-13, but really every game was 27-24,
Yeah.
on average, if that makes sense.
And Marcus Mariota's going to lose his job, and you're like,
And
buddy,
somehow
what else
no
do you
one
want
on
him
their
to
team
do?
is anybody's top 10 fantasy player. They're
No.
just gonna be like, oh, this team randomly scores, but nobody matters.
Nope. at
Drake
all.
London.
Yeah.
Don't
Sorry.
sleep on him.
Kyle
Don't.
Pitts, please sleep on him.
Oh, man.
Overrated.
He's going to get it. All
Florida
right?
alum guy. You
You
know?
got to find it. You just
I
gotta
can't.
find
I
it.
can't quit him yet. Every
You
time
can't,
I'm
dude.
like,
You
they got the ball. I'm
can't.
like, it's going to Pitts. How's it not going to Pitts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're triple covering him.
Okay, what we learned from the 4 p.m. games, the Cardinals DB, Byron Murphy Jr.,
Puke.
was the closest person to possibly dropping the ball right as you break the plane.
Classic Deshaun Jackson.
Why do people do that?
I would run through the tunnel before I drop that
Throw
ball.
it at the
Yes.
the padding at
Do-
the end if
yeah.
you want to do something with the ball. Come
do
on.
Baker does it most notoriously, I feel like, but yeah, just run through, break the plane, and then just nuke the sucker at the crowd.
Yeah.
Who
Take
cares?
the penalty.
Or just
Yeah.
act like you've been there, like aforementioned Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Just hand the ball to the damn ref.
Yeah, score. And then,
Score.
but I think it's weird because they show the replay, and again, it's like how slow and can we break this down? But it really is a split
Yeah.
second. The moment the screen shifts to the next frame, ball's out, foot's on the ground. It's like which
Yeah. There's
chicken or
no
the egg?
reason to cut it that close.
Yeah.
The margin of error, it's like if I know I'm going to drop the ball, like you said, do it at the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Run through it.
And then
See the colors on the grass
Yeah.
change before you're like, okay, I'm in.
with
Yeah.
the Cardinals too, it said second biggest trap game because they were plus 6.5, winning outright because a new Call of Duty game was technically out, the beta's out for their new one. I think everybody saw those stats and is reading that everywhere, and it's I bet that money was heavy on Vegas.
And I know it
The
might
Raiders.
sound contradicting because they just won.
Yeah,
But again, Arizona, you think they completely regret the contract they gave Kyler Murray?
100%.
That team looked terrible for a half,
Yeah,
almost 3/4.
Yeah.
and I think it's because last year, prior to the back end slump where they started 7-0 and 9-2 or something.
Yeah.
Kyler looked like what everybody kind of
MVP.
but everybody
Or dark horse
envisioned
MVP,
him
yeah.
where it's like you're reincarnated Michael Vick. Like you're scrambling around, you're doing whatever you want, and when you throw the ball, it's a nuke, but it's on the
more
mark.
accurate, yeah.
On the mark every time. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck happened.
He gets hurt and plays Call of Duty.
Bingo.
What we learned from the 4
And he's
p.m. games.
D-hop, dude.
He does.
Fuck
Dude,
it. DeAndre's down there somewhere.
He's got the stickiest hands, some of the stickiest hands in the league. I said it's weird to me that announcers rarely notice a blatantly obvious severe injury. So Trey Lance, they showed the replay, and it's like his foot is literally pointed like a different direction.
Yeah.
Like that's not how it should be on your ankle. And they're like, looks like Trey might be hurt on the play. Teammates help him up, and he tries to walk on it because he's still just in like shock, I'm assuming.
No, can't.
Yeah.
Instantly down, and they're just like, maybe it's a little deeper than that. And it's like, no shit. Use your 10 TVs you have in your booth and watch what happened. Like the
That
guys,
was like at the end of the Raiders game.
Yeah.
Renfro, when he fumbled,
yeah,
just got rocked in the
Oh,
head. Just
so hard.
rocked.
yeah.
And it's like, nope, we don't see it.
Somebody call somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc.
Can I throw a red flag because my wide receiver doesn't know his name anymore?
Yeah.
No,
good.
it's fine.
I
He's
mean, in their
hunting for his
defense, he did
brains.
fumble right before it.
It's true.
So you're like, all right, maybe just fumbleitis over here. No.
Yeah. But no, that was my what we learned from the games
I got
Thursday through 4 p.m.
4 o'clock games. I'm gonna go back to it because it was my lock.
Yeah.
Bengals versus the Cowboys. I don't know who that defensive coordinator is, but I feel like every time there's a backup that just plays, everybody's like, "Oh, we don't know how to scheme him."
Yeah.
And so this dude is just throwing to wide open wide receivers all day.
The whole game. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, let's take away his number 1, which is CD, and just leave his number 2, which I guess was Noah Brown. And this dude has a game of his life. And I'm
Loved
like,
him.
you think this guy can't make 1 to 2 progressions? Like, I get it, make him go to 3 or 4,
Yeah.
but you're just like, yeah, we'll just double CD, and then Michael Parsons one-on-one, nobody can stop him.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later, Burrow. You guys don't have somebody like that. Like,
yeah.
send the house to this dude.
I never will.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Like I would imagine when it's a rookie quarterback like that, as a defensive team in a unit, I would hope you'd go to the coach or whomever and be like, we want to blitz all night.
All night.
Like, why would you? I don't
We're
know.
not going to gain another yard.
Yeah, like that's where it's on. In my opinion, it's hey secondary. Like we're gonna leave you exposed to a degree, but it's because we're gonna fucking rock this kid.
Yeah.
For 4 quarters. Like we're
You
gonna
would
get
think.
to him. We're gonna scare him because all it takes is just to get him off his rhythm and just make him panic and again not go through the progressions because he's like I don't want to get blasted.
Yeah.
And they were just like, I'll just play some casual.
Yeah.
Just casual
I
defense.
don't think I've seen like a difficult throw from that guy. Not
No.
taking anything away from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Cowboys played
got the
perfectly.
dub.
You know,
Yeah.
they got the dub. They did what they did. Backup quarterback.
Yeah.
You play it safe. Guy didn't make mistakes. I mean,
Whoop-de-doo,
good for
Basil.
you. Good for you.
Yeah.
But if I'm the Bengals, I'm sending the house.
yeah, it was very bizarre to me. I agree.
So I was listening to the Simmons pod,
Yes.
and he was talking about the Bengals because he's really big on them as his team this year. And he was talking about how week 1 played TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Even though he got hurt at the very end of the game. Week 2, obviously Michael Parsons. He's like, I'm not worried yet. Like, let me see a defense that doesn't have 2 of the best
Yeah.
early disruptors in the
Show
league.
me something that's butt cheeks and let me see this guy.
I don't
cut
think
it.
it's gonna matter.
Yeah.
It's not like he got sacked twice by Parsons and 3 by Watt. Like
Yeah.
these defenses, and they spent all this money on the offensive line. They drafted.
Which is supposed to be like their biggest upgrade.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like this is why people are like, no Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
Back to it. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Said at the beginning of the season on our pre-picks, I was like, I don't think they make the playoffs. And
Because the division's going to be sneaky competitive like it always is.
Burrow's getting the shit kicked out of
Yeah.
him. I mean,
For a guy that doesn't believe in sacks, you better start, dude.
Yeah, that's my bad.
correct.
Yeah.
And
oopsie.
again, you're not rooting for injuries on anybody, especially somebody that's dynamic.
Yeah.
But it's like he can't just get his shit kicked in
Yeah,
every week
every
like
week.
this.
Yeah. It's
They're in trouble, man.
interesting when you get to hear like players talk about it after the fact. Again, the Netflix show that could be monumental, just billion-dollar idea. But they talk about how it's like, yeah, after this game, like, insert quarterback or player, he's like, I was fucking bruised and beaten and like just the shit was kicked out of me to the point where they, shot this, pill of this, like medicine of this. And it's like, yeah, that can only be like sustained for so long before your body's just like, I'm crumbling.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I
That
can
needle
only,
goes in his knee. I'm not going back out there.
I say fuck that. But yeah, I agree.
Let's do some top 3, bottom 3.
We can do
We
that.
go 8 p.m. games? No.
No.
I mean, it's the Bears, Packers. Shit.
We did learn something.
Aaron still owns Chicago.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
One team's bad, one
And
team's not.
Chicago.
Aaron to Aaron is unstoppable.
Plus 10 never felt like more of a lock just because that offense, again, I didn't think, from what I saw the first week, and I get that anything, Any Given Sunday, great movie, great quote, but I just didn't think I thought this would be the first year where you truly saw, like, Rodgers feel like, oh, fuck. Like, I have no game plan.
No. He was
Oh, no,
like,
he feels that.
he said, I'm going back to Aaron. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then Lazard's back. Bet he's going to get a tutty.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah. It's
Nailed it.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Yeah. So, what were you going to say?
No, I was just, before we did that, I was going to say top three, bottom three.
Top
And then
three,
we talked
bottom
about
three.
Yep. Okay. Go for it.
So bottom three.
Yeesh.
I'm not going to lie. I have changed both of these up from the first week.
Okay.
Might have technically changed.
Because it's, ongoing. It's
Week to week,
Exactly.
baby.
A week.
Yeah. Play the game. Play it right.
So my bottom three.
Yeesh.
Again, I'm going 30, 31, 32.
Yeah.
At 30, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. They're butt.
Okay.
They are not a good football team.
They don't score points, and in a league where the higher scorer wins, that's important.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Now again, I do think Jacksonville is better than people think so far. If you
I think
haven't,
they
if
are.
you haven't tuned in,
I picked them to
You
win
should.
last week, actually.
I
Not in my mortal lock, but in a
I
pick 'em
think
survivor.
they're one of the better worst teams, if that makes sense. In the bottom 32, they're one of the best of the bottom.
in the bottom 32,
Bottom half.
I was like, that's every team in the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bottom half of the 32. Like, they're one of the better ones, but they're still in the bottom half.
I don't know.
Stay tuned, buddy.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Number
Go on.
31
Yeah.
for me, Houston Texans.
Yeah, I could see it.
They're going to be another one of those teams like the Falcons where you just assume, oh, it's Houston, they're playing them. All of a sudden, it's like, Houston's up 1 at the half. What is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
They may lose by 10,
Davis in his neck,
but
baby.
you're like, oh, that's weird.
Dude,
Yeah.
don't sleep on him. Guy's pretty good.
They were in the bottom 3 last week, but not the bottom 3. Sorry, man, it's the Bears.
I
And
just don't get it.
And I don't think it's all their fault. Like, at some point, you have to let Justin Fields throw the ball more than like 15 times in a
Yeah.
game.
yeah.
It's his second year. What are you protecting him from? See if you got him or not.
Yeah. Let him unwind.
And so, again, some of it is
Let
the
him cook.
talent. Some of it is just the play calling. I just think this team's destined to not be good, unfortunately.
I think they're. I don't know.
I saw
I think they're trying to get a wide receiver. Like
Yeah.
Darnell Mooney's our number one.
Yeah.
He had
Start him in
-4.
fantasy.
He had
Literally
negative-
start him in fantasy.
He had -4 yards.
I
It's
saw
not good.
I'm like, if they score, it's going to be to this guy. Well, they're
Yeah.
just not scoring.
Well, I
Yeah.
saw a video. Shout out the algorithm again.
It's not. It's gonna be St. Brown's brother, dude. The other one.
They were talking about
Yeah.
how Chicago is rumored to be priming to just basically trade away every notable asset. Roquan Smith, I think they're
David Montgomery.
like they're getting ready
That's only their 2 assets. Besides just.
Yeah,
besides Justin
I was like,
Fields.
that's it.
Besides Justin Fields.
because they were talking about like the picks they have or something. Like, oh no, it was at some point in the next. I want to say not this season, but after next season, they will in theory have $100 million in cap space.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because we're still paying Khalil, Jimmy Graham, fucking Andy
That's-
Dalton,
Ugh.
fucking maybe Mike Glennon.
You guys
Fucking-
suck, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
It
Loose
was bad.
butthole. All right.
That's how I get there.
What's your bottom 3?
It ain't the Bears, I'll tell you that.
But they're 29.
Yeah,
As long as you're out of that top or that
bottom.
bottom spot.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to do it because then it's just like I'm just shitting all over this division.
Go ahead.
It's the AFC South, dude. They're-
Yeah.
told you,
I
it's
just
the new-
watched.
I had 2 of them in there. They're trash.
It's the new
Dude,
AFC
I'm about to have
league.
3 of them in there, but I'm gonna go Panthers at 30.
Yep.
I don't think Baker and Christian McCaffrey. I thought that's gonna be better.
I had him in the
It's
playoffs.
not. Yeah,
I have
And
to be
it's-
off them.
Hell yeah.
I have to be off 'em.
Polarizing take.
like
They almost
Christian
won
McCaffrey.
both those games, though.
Yeah,
Hashtag it.
but they didn't.
Baker, the GOAT.
Yeah. Then I got the Texans. I agree with you. I don't think they're that good. I think them playing Indy was a fluke. How
Yeah.
well they played like that.
Yeah.
OJ Howard's probably never going to touch another fucking
Correct.
touchdown again.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 of them.
Yeah.
All right. I do
Davis
believe.
Mills
I
won't be
do
a starting
believe.
quarterback.
I do believe in Davis Mills though.
I just think it's the guy that's like, you're playing on a team, and I would imagine you have the awareness of like, we fucking blow, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I made it to the NFL and I'm a quarterback.
And I think it's just like his stats are going to get better because he's just going to juice his stats.
But are they going to get talent around him for him to prolong his NFL career?
Yeah. Weird hot take. I don't think they care to. They're just like, we suck. Like, it's not going to matter if we trade and get some elite wide receiver. Like, it's Davis Mills. Like, we're not. Like, we're not. Philly and Minnesota's
we have a live bet going on.
Yeah, Philly and Minnesota's on.
Man.
Okay, my bottom three.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead. That was yours.
No, he's the
I
worst
had
team.
2. I have one more worst team.
Who's 32?
No, you said Carolina. No.
And then Texans.
And the Texans?
Oh, I thought you said Indy already.
No.
It's Indy.
Yeah.
It is Indianapolis. They're at 32.
Yeah.
Are they better than that?
No.
They are better than that.
I mean, I
they
have
are
them
better
at
than
30.
that.
You have
but
them at
if
32.
This is at, but this
You're
is
going to have them.
This is at
Right
we're
now.
week
I
2.
get it.
This is
I get
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
This is why I did this, so it'd be
Yeah.
a
You're the
weekly
frickin-
thing.
And again,
And this
can,
week
you
you
can
were the
come out
worst team that
hands
stepped
down.
out onto the field.
Hands down. I don't think
There wasn't one shining moment that where you were like, "Yeah, baby, we're back. We're about to get it." No.
there every time
We're back.
And it was, again, it's one of those, like, either Jacksonville would just make, like, not their own mistakes, but it was a 3 and out. And it's like, okay, this is where you can shift the tide. This is where you can do something. And as soon as they started on every series, you were just like, Indy fucking sucks.
Yeah.
They look atrocious.
I hate to do it, but this is just this week. Just this week, you are the worst team in the NFL.
Prove it better.
Prove it better. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Get Michael Pittman back. That might be a key to it. But to this week, you were not good.
And that's what we're going to get in the comments. Pittman wasn't in.
Yeah, I get it. But you also only had 10 touches.
You got
to
shut
Jonathan
out.
Taylor
Yeah.
You get shut out.
Yeah.
against the Jags.
You're shit.
Bottom 3.
There it is.
30. Houston.
Okay.
Yep.
Again, I just think it's weird when you're a team that's just in that no man's land. Like I said, I just don't think even your own organization doesn't really give a shit about you. Like, who's on your team? I have no idea. Davis Mills.
Brandon Cooks, baby.
And a prayer. Yeah, Brandon
Literally-
Cooks, the guy that quietly goes for 1,000 yards every year and
year,
nobody
yeah.
cares. Again, proving my point that Houston is just literally on its fucking own island. Like,
Bag of D.
31 Carolina. I think, again, it's one of those, you peel back the layer, you go, okay, there's nobody on your fucking defense other than Shaq Thompson who's going to just have to tackle his ass off week in and week out because they're always going to be out there. And Baker, who, as much as I wanted it to work out, because for a second there, it was the lightning in the bottle, it was the attitude, the swagger that you love to have in a quarterback, it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't think
He'll find it. There'll be a game.
He's not playing bad.
Yeah, he's not playing.
No, but I think
terribly.
he's destined to be the fringe guy, the bridge guy, the elite backup guy.
Yeah.
Like, which sucks. And I do think some of it's just because of how beaten he got through Cleveland, mentally, physically, whatever. It's just sometimes you don't recover from it.
Sure.
32 is the Colts.
It's the Colts.
The AFC South is the new AFC least.
Yeah.
They fucking suck.
After that freaking shellacking that Tennessee just got,
Yeah.
man,
It's-
Ryan Tannehill,
And
I don't think he starts next week.
it was one of my
It's
favorite
bad.
things. That's why I sent it to you
You got to
guys.
shake it up.
Barstool Sportsbook put the Matt Ryan is going absolutely nuclear today, and it's 16 to 30, 195 yards, 3 picks,
Great game.
0
Love
points. And the one pick, we were watching it over at Ryan's house again, and Matt Ryan throws this fucking duck of a ball, and this thing floats for what felt like 15 seconds to the right side of the field, and you're like, there's no way that's anything. And shocker, it's picked, and you're like, you're just bad.
Yeah.
Like, this is all bad.
I know they desperately wanted out because if you're in the 2D, 1D bottom 3 unanimously, you're a pretty bad football team.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Jets.
Shout out to
They
the
got
Jets,
out.
man. They did it.
I could.
They
Yeah.
were my 32.
And the
They were your
Patriots.
32.
They beat
They
Cleveland.
might have been yours. They
Yeah,
might have been the worst. And we're like, no way.
I think I have the Patriots as my 32.
Yeah.
Could have been.
I-
I know they were 2 of the 3 32s.
And hey, shout them out. You put,
That's what I'm saying.
that could be for the Colts.
Yeah, credit where
They
credit's
in there
due.
next
week
week.
to week, baby.
Next
This
week they
doesn't
can
mean
get
you're
out of the
destined.
cellar. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
ain't destiny.
Yeah, I had them at 32 last week. So I mean, again, you beat a good team like that, which again, Cleveland I think still stands to be seen. Like, what kind of team are you? I don't know. And then the whole Deshaun thing, but all right, top three.
Top 3.
Okay,
Boom.
number 3.
This might get saucy.
My team's coming off a loss. The Chargers.
Are you number 1?
No.
Or we're going up?
They're
Because you
three.
know
They're
why?
three.
They got heart, miles
They got
and
a
miles
dog.
of heart. Dog.
I mean, again,
You got to catch that. You got to be better than that.
picked him to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. As long as Herbert's not like hurt, obviously. They were better than KC in that game,
100%.
flat out.
Until just
Sometimes the
defense has
best
to make a
team
play.
doesn't win the game. I mean, my man threw a pick six that probably would have ended the game if they would have scored.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And I get that. That's why you play the game.
Yes.
But I don't feel any worse about the Chargers than I did before that game started.
I think
And that's why they're 3.
The Chargers will have the slight edge because of, again, the resurgence that is Khalil Mack paired with Joey Bosa. The same thing with Von Miller, who's just timeless somehow, where edge rushers, like falling off a cliff for each position looks different. That's arguably one of the worst ones when you hit that threshold. Like, but
I mean, when my starting safety just picks up the best tight end in the league and just dumps him,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
yeah,
I'm 100% okay with it.
I was actually more okay if it would have been a fumble, but it is what it is. Oh, that's
And then number 2 are those aforementioned Kansas City Chiefs.
yes,
They're good.
yeah.
They,
Same division
you know, they
rivals, baby.
Yeah, they
Yep.
win sloppy. They win big. They win.
They're the opposite of the AFC South.
They are.
Literally,
That division, the opposite.
is just insane. Yep.
And
I agree.
again, I mean, I had it on before the game started. After watching the score, it's the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
No one right now is circling the wagon like the Buffalo Bills.
Nope.
Yeah.
They just get it. Josh Allen, I think we're in agreement.
Dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Huge dog.
Dog.
Dog. He's
Josh Allen for the Jags. Dog.
just a Rottweiler, dude. Just a fucking. Oh my.
Kirk Cousins is just throwing them up for grabs for those of you listening at home.
Oh my
This is
God.
insane.
I got over 36 and a half, and I'm losing my mind right now.
That is insane because then they would kick a. Oh Jesus.
Not good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the top for me.
Yeah. Go
That's
for
what it
Dad.
is.
Yeah. Top 3 this week.
Yep. Similar Chargers, but aren't in it for me. I moved them out. I moved the Bucks up only because they lost.
Yeah.
Bucks won. They lost. The way the Bucks won is the way the Chargers lost. They took the pick six to the house.
I get it.
They
Yeah.
got it. Your defense
Yep.
stacks up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They make the one play.
Yep.
Tom Brady needed it. Marshawn Lattimore woke up the giant. You probably shouldn't have got in fucking
Nope.
Bucks,
You don't do
Tom
that.
Brady's face.
Oh my God.
He really did it.
Kirk Cousins just threw a pick in the end zone, touchback.
Fourth
Philly.
of the game.
And just for context, if they would have scored here, that would have helped hit his over for the points. However,
It's been going like that the entire. Like the Eagles had a blocked field goal. That'd have been 3 points. And then all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts starts throwing picks and fumbles. And now Kirk Cousins is throwing a pick every possession.
He's on 2 in the end zone.
Yeah, they don't want me to be great.
Look at Darius Slate. JJ, who are you? You're not going off on my watch.
sexy pick. All right.
Yeah. So I got the Bucks at number 3.
Yes.
After watching the game, I had to do the old switcheroo skis.
Yep.
It's the Chiefs at number 2.
Yep.
I still believe in Patty Mahomes.
Have
They got
to.
it. They're getting it done. And then it's the Bills. at
It
number
is,
1.
man.
You know what they cleaned up? They cleaned up the turnovers.
Yeah.
And they just
And
kept
look
it clean.
what happened.
And they freaking dog pounded the Titans.
So spoiler alert, I have
think-
the exact same top 3.
Derrick Henry is scared to run the ball now.
I don't know
I
what
think
happened.
he got freaking cleaned. Like he got decleated by that Giants linebacker. And I don't know if he's ever been hit like that in
His
his
bell
life.
got rung
he's
and
just
now
like,
he's just-
wait a minute.
This isn't
Am I
supposed to
not King,
happen.
am I not King Henry anymore?
He's like, I
Are there
moved.
dogs out here now?
I move different now. I don't like this.
And Ryan Tannehill's just
Uh-oh.
like, hey man, I'm a wide receiver. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I can't throw this
I got
ball.
nobody to throw it to.
Yeah. The only thing I would add to the Bucks choice, because for me again it's the same. It's Bucks, Chiefs, Bills, and I had it to flip to. And after watching this game, the Bucks to me are completely, at the mercy of whatever Tom Brady wants to do in a good way, to where he's driving the ship, he's leading everybody to the promised land, and I think he does a great job. I can only speculate of doing the let's not exert ourselves week in and week out.
Yeah.
Let's find a way to win because we know we're playoff bound.
Yeah.
Like crazy things can happen, don't get me wrong, but I think it's the in the NBA, they care slightly about seeding, but it's the vet teams, the vet guys, they're like, we're just going to get in.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to fucking
Once we get in, we'll see where we're
we'll
at.
turn it on. And I think Brady's the guy that knows how to turn it on and make his guys around him turn it on.
Yeah. And it's like, if you watch that game, it's like, it's going back and forth. Both teams are just absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to scream in Tom Brady's face.
Thank you.
Don't do that.
Needed something.
Just
We
don't
got
do
it.
that. dude.
Yeah.
That's all we needed.
But then I think
then Jameis just goes and throws 3 picks in a row, and you're like,
Classic.
Well, also, you're not doing your offense any favors by doing that, my guy.
Yeah.
But Jameis going to Jameis. You know
Ate
what I mean?
the W. I do think the AFC, as it stands right now, will go through Buffalo, and Kansas City's going to go there, and it's going to make for just another, what would this be, part 3?
Probably.
3 years in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they played him in the divisional round 2 years ago.
Yeah. Like it's...
And it wasn't close.
No, it's set up to be a very great battle every year.
Dogs. Top 3, bottom 3.
That's top 3, bottom 3.
So last thing, it is the... Well, no, we have our picks still.
Absolutely.
But then it's just the Carson Wentz weekly update. I want to give it to the people. His completion percentage right now is 65.5. Very good.
Yep.
He has 650 total passing yards, 7 tutties, and 3 picks. Again, like I said,
second in the NFL.
Yeah, top
Who's
5
he behind? Josh Allen?
Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it even more.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, the stats,
literally
Well, we got to check Josh Allen's stat line because I think he went for 3-something tonight.
Oh, he could.
Yeah, he did. He went
4
over
touchdowns.
3.
Prior to the Monday games, it was Tua, Flacco, and Wentz.
Yes.
But here's the thing. The only question I will have, because again, I can only, week to week, and right now it's Carson Wentz. You're making me look like a fucking idiot. Like,
I love it.
And also, is Indy...
He listens to the pod.
Yeah, or was Indy just a terrible organization? It still stands to be seen, but it's looking that way. He was 27 of 41 in week 1 and 30 of 46 in week 2. I'm not a big detailed stats guy, but that seems like a lot of throws.
Yeah.
Like at some point, I think that's going to come back and bite you in the tush.
Well, they were
Not
down.
if you're slinging at 65%.
They were down like 22-0 in the first half to the Lions this
Yep.
week.
So he has to chuck that right.
And they were up big. Well, I don't know how big. They were up in the Jags game week 1,
Yeah.
and then they were down 2 scores. So they
Yeah.
were like, we got to throw this ball.
Yeah, we got to come back again.
But so I
I don't think you want Carson throwing it 40 times either.
No.
I will agree with you there.
And that's why I think with a quarterback, when you're on a team and you find a groove, I feel like 30 to 35 is that sweet spot of...
And that's like being a throwing team and not a running team.
Yeah, correct.
But
yeah.
I also feel like they don't really trust Antonio Gibson that much because he's just one fumble away
every
time he touches it.
Every time.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, Brian Robinson
On
is
the meds?
gonna be back.
On the
dude.
meds?
He's gonna be back.
I could get shot, whatever.
You just get shot in the legs and then you come back as a running back.
That's you talk about a grit guy. That is a
Man.
grit
You know
guy.
what?
Just leg ate a bullet. He
Yeah.
still wants to play. All right. Let's make our picks.
It's Destiny time.
It is.
Uh,
Pick of destiny.
for those of you listening, last week, this guy
Sker dad.
only
got
one
it.
only one at the table who got a win.
Congrats.
Even up the rounds though.
I think you caught him at +1, didn't you? Or were they -1?
No, you got.
I think you got him at +1.
No, you got Jacksonville plus
plus
4.
4. Jacksonville plus 4.
Yeah.
Lock.
Oh, I thought you took the Lions over the Commander. Why did I think?
Uh-uh.
that?
I mean, you should have done that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have.
Duh.
Lock.
Duh.
No, we even up thing. Now the GD1D collectively 1-1.
1-1, baby.
3-3.
Well,
3
yes,
and
3 and 3 is a
collectively.
pod.
Yeah. If
That's
you will.
50%. That's not bad.
So I'll lead it off, having the first win.
Yep.
Go
Or
ahead
the
for
only
it.
win. It screams trap game. I get that.
Oh, I think we're picking the same game.
I
But-
think we're all 3 picking the same game.
As we just alluded to, the shitty Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Kansas City minus 6.5.
The fact that number is not 10 at least blows my fucking mind.
It might still be early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be
What
a
do they
touchdown by kick.
I would hope.
I'd love it from the outside. Like just looking at it, it seems obvious. We
Duh.
all know what that means.
Yeah.
85 to 90% of the betting of public betting are going to be on the Chiefs, which
Yeah.
always spells disaster.
Yes. But there's nothing that looks spicier when you go through the docket.
Yeah.
No, it jumps out at you, and like we said earlier, sometimes circle gets the square.
Yeah.
Take the thing that's staring at you right in the face.
Yes.
It just come on.
What are we doing here?
KC plus 6.5.
If you
KC
told me that
plus
game was 35 to 10, and I mean, I'm spotting Indy 10 points if they didn't score last week,
Yep.
I'd be surprised. Like,
Is this a unanimous? Is this a
No.
trifecta? Okay.
it's mine.
Well,
Spoiler alert.
for real?
Yeah, KC minus 6.5. Because again, I'm like, not only is it it's not the awkward 7.5 where I need you to win by a touchdown.
2 scores.
Yeah, like this just couldn't be more set up to be Patrick Mahomes.
Wins by a field goal.
450 yards, 5 touchdowns. Like the guy is going to just go nuclear, and it's not sarcastic Matt Ryan nuclear. It's just literal. Like
This isn't the bounce back. Jonathan Taylor, 155, 3 touchdowns.
The only place my mind goes is that, and even then, it's like, well, you still have to get to pay dirt. And I don't know if your team's good enough to rally the troops for an entire series after what I just watched.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I mean, obviously, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just already trying to play out the
I know a
worst
lot
case
of
scenario,
people
but-
are going because obviously local pod, Fort Wayne, Indiana. And
2 hours away.
I don't think it's going to be one of those where like the home court aspect, home field affects it. Like I just think KC is so fucking good that and Indy's just so fucking bad. Like it's just.
I also feel like turf teams just make people faster. And so,
Yes.
yeah.
If
you already have a fast team and you put them on turf, I just feel like they're going to be faster.
I'm envisioning in my head, like Indy comes out, drives down the field, scores. KC comes out, drives down the field, scores. And then it's like Indy punts, KC scores. Indy punts, KC scores. And it's
Hope
just,
so.
yeah.
So the KC 6.5 you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
How
I guess
long?
it's all on me, huh?
Easy chance for you to stand alone, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes. But I would love for all of us to win together.
Or
Absolutely.
Or fall by
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Ooh.
Houston plus 2.5 doesn't look bad against my Bears. But
No.
I never mushed my own team.
I looked at it.
That
I
game,
never
I
mushed
looked
my
at
own
it.
team.
that game's just too gross.
If I would do it, it's only for the reverse jinx. But
You respect it.
Yeah.
I got to go Baltimore -3 versus the Pats
Really?
in New England. I think Lamar, after
Upset.
just
Yeah.
getting freaking putting on the game of his life
Yeah.
and then losing,
Yes.
he's probably just now just going to be like, all right, man, I guess I got to put up 50.
Yeah. And Mac Jones, not a dog. Not that guy.
I don't know, man.
Should be an easy win.
Should be.
Yeah.
All these should be easy wins, right?
Everyone.
Every time.
Every
I love
one
them.
of them should
Yeah.
be easy wins.
I will give you one.
Yeah.
Watch out, public.
Yes.
And again, we just spent 5 minutes talking about how much dogs they were.
Yes.
Buffalo coming off of a short week at home, traveling to Miami.
To Miami.
-5. Humid next week. Really hot.
Yeah.
Miami always has that one game where they're like, they beat the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
They beat this one team.
Yeah.
Because again,
that
not used to
division
that
plays each other hard.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it. Buffalo, good.
Yeah.
FanDuel don't even have the line out for that one yet.
I think it's -5.
Yeah,
It's going to be
that's-
one of those games where I think everybody's just going to instinctively just put the farm on Buffalo.
And it's like
I'm
Miami.
not
and
saying
the
they're not
point-
going to win the game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they might not cover, but don't look at it like it's
Looking
as
like a
easy
trap.
as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Last thing. I do think it's one of those. It's always great when a plan comes together. What's that quote from? I forget.
Gene Hackman.
Is it?
The A
Nice.
team.
Yeah.
No, it's the A team.
Well, he said
I
it too on
love
the
it.
highs.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
I love it when a
Plan comes.
plan
together.
comes together. Yeah. Like they drafted Jalen Waddle. They brought over Tyreek Hill.
Fast.
And I think it's one of those, where they rarely do you coach guys to be East and West guys, but those guys will run faster than anybody and get to the edge and just, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they are freaky fast. Jimmy John style.
Jimmy John
John's
style.
Pretty
Yeah.
fast.
Insane.
All
There
right.
it is.
That's it.
Fantasy corner or no?
It's up to you.
You got something?
I
Yeah.
got some
You
stuff.
got some sleepers?
I mean, it's not nothing terribly huge.
Hit us with it.
But
That's
you
what
know,
she said.
I need some
Uh,
pickups.
I mean, he's still available in a lot of leagues, over 70%. Don't know why. He's got his own segment. Trey
Carson
Lance
Wentz.
is hurt. You need to pick up a quarterback. Carson Wentz is right there.
Yeah.
And I'm
Jeez.
telling you, he's right there.
I mean, if you would have
Again, rookie wide receivers that are still out there that are on fire right now is Garrett Wilson. 2
Jets.
touchdowns, 100+ yards. Depending how deep your league is, he might still be there.
He has to be the number one pickup this week if he's
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah. And it's always just crazy because I feel like for people that are very tenured in the fantasy football world, the thing you have to teach yourself and train yourself to do every year is to let the team that you fucking drafted play out for a bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, if somebody's out, sub them out. But it's
Injured, sure.
It's the people
Yeah.
that go to the waiver wires and find every single person that's outscored their person. And it's like, yeah, I get it. This person outscored Najee Harris this week. I'm going to tell you to keep Najee,
Yeah,
you fucking
obviously.
moron. Like, don't put in some.
You dipshit.
Don't go sign Tony Pollard. Well, depending on your league, it might not be a bad pickup, but it's like he doesn't become your RB1 just because he put up 19 in one league and Najee put up 13. Like, let's be easy here.
Yeah, but if
Level
you're looking
head
for
yourselves.
bench players swapping out, like say you took a chance on somebody,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not working out. It's like, all right, well,
100%.
let me just pick up this player from the waiver wire.
Yep.
Because I don't want to play against them later on.
I'm starting
Maybe
Mooney in
comes
one of
up.
my leagues.
And that's
Love
what I
to
was,
see it.
but that's what I was just gonna say. Hot take.
I would kill Ferguson at this point.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more pissed with myself. It's my own hot take that I want to punch myself for. I told myself in the beginning of the year, George Kittle is that guy. He is the guy that will give you the 10 catches, 150 yards, 2 tutty game. Every week in between that, 2 catches for like 50 yards.
Yeah.
If that. Or
Yeah.
he doesn't even play. And I picked him on 2 of my 3 teams.
Yeah.
He hasn't played
He's
yet.
hurt.
I'm upset.
Well, he's hurt.
Jimmy G's back too.
Oh yeah,
And Jimmy G's back.
which I mean, at least they
Favorite
That's looking
target.
better. That's looking
Yeah.
better for George Kittle, though. And he's coming back.
Sucks for Lance.
if he sees
Yeah,
the
I mean,
field.
That's
God forbid
terrible.
we hate that
That-
happens.
yes,
I
but
had a bright upside for that kid.
unfortunately, from a fantasy standpoint,
no,
yeah.
I mean,
I think if you have George Kittle,
And
you're
the
excited.
smart money would be like, oh, let me pick up Jimmy G. No, I don't think so. Statistically, he's going to be very mid, as the kids say.
elite game manager at best. Yeah. No, fantasy is just so interesting to me, and for whatever reason, how it's been imprinted in our minds that you have to go running back. If your flex isn't also a running back, you're just kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
Where right now, I think there's no.
It's wide receivers, dude.
Yeah, there's no better time to just plug a third wide receiver in there. And again, from a week-to-week basis, if you're that intelligent or just know something that the public doesn't, and you start somebody that outscores, the people, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, just get the fucking points.
Anywhere they come.
And he doesn't know how to, but other people do.
Right.
So, yeah,
There it is.
know that.
Garbage time touchdown. Come on, Offspring.
Oh, it's coming.
Put it into fucking
That's right.
motion
coming.
for me. So when you listen to this pod tomorrow,
Oh, yeah.
and it covers 36 and a half.
Let's get him a
fucking
win.
Good.
Yeah.
We need it.
Episode 62.
We did it.
Girthy
In the
football.
books.
Girthy fucking football.
There we go.